Hello and welcome to the Education Forum Show, a show where we explore trends and developments within the education sector. My name is Jameo Nachiranda. Knowledge is the future, as it is clearly stated as the motto of Kabale University here in the southwestern region of Uganda. But first, we are going to have to explore and have a typical insight of the faculties and different respective departments that are offered at the university. But before we go forward with that, we are going to have a conversation with the Vice Chancellor, Professor Joy C. Kwesiga, who gave us a clear background of the university and also some of the achievements that the university has attained over the years. Click around and enjoy the show.
Since we became a public university, overall I can say we have done very well because we have earned public trust. We have earned public trust, and it is through the kinds of things that we have achieved which are an illustration of that trust. First, in student enrollment. When we became public, we were about 2,000 students. We had grown a bit compared to when we started, but now we are about to reach 7,000 students. We had very few faculties since we became public. We have added the Faculty of Medicine, we have added the Faculty of Law, we have added the Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Science, and we have expanded our programs, our academic programs, of which you have a list that will be. So I would say that these are achievements arising from that trust that I'm talking about.
Quite interesting from the Vice Chancellor of Kabale University, as she mentioned how far the university has come and where it is headed. Well, she gave us a clear view of the innovations and of course how they have managed to help the community and the country at large. Let's stick around and go back.
But I'm also proud of the students who have completed medicine. This is our third cohort. They have been winning as interns wherever they are going as best interns. That's very important. And twice they have won the African Medical Students Quiz. So those are some of the achievements. Why should their heads not be high? We are very happy, but we have a good quality of students, and we are happy. We shall, of course, not relax. We need to make sure that our students have the skills, are able to move into society and achieve. And when we trace our alumni, they are doing well in many of their, some are self-employed. Recently, we went to meet our alumni in Kigali from Rwanda. As you know, these are they're quite near, and we have had a very good number of students from there. They're quite high. Some are very high in government. Some own their own schools. Others have businesses, IT and other related businesses. So we are happy with our products.
The Faculty of Engineering, Technology, Fine Art and Applied Design is one of the biggest faculties that students engage in Kabale University. Well, it has 4 departments, that is the mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, applied design, and of course fine art. And a new department that is introduced, that is the vocational studies and training. We were able to interact with the dean of the faculty, Professor Muhwezi Lawrence, that shared of how many programs they are introducing but are yet to be confirmed by the National Council of Higher Education. Enjoy the show.
We run a number of programs both at the undergraduate and at the graduate levels. We also have the national diplomas, but these will be shifted to the new department of vocational studies. But apparently they are housed under these other departments: a National Diploma in Civil Engineering, National Diploma in Mechanical, and the National Diploma in Electrical Engineering. So these are the programs so far that we have. In the offing, we have the proposed ones. Actually, these programs are ready with the National Council of Higher Education, which will be out soon. And we expect to start these programs next year. So we have a PhD in civil engineering. Then it will be encompassing all other elements, all other areas in civil engineering, the specializations. And we also we have worked on the Master of Science in Civil Engineering. Again, this one also will be having the different options: water resources, roads, so it will be having those construction management, it will be having those elements, but it is a general, say, Master of Science in Civil Engineering with those specializations. So, and a PhD in Applied Design and Fine Art also is upcoming. So these are the programs we expect to begin next academic year. We have come with the national diplomas as being offered with these other Uganda technical colleges. So at the university here, we have gone into that, such that we become more practical oriented in terms of what is required in the workplace. So that's why we have started those diploma programs here now. They are offered by the UBTEB, which is the Uganda Business Technical and Examinations Board. We do the teaching, do the assessment, then they examine. So the award is a national Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board. But Kabale University teaches and handles everything at the Faculty of Engineering. Our civil engineering students become construction managers, they go into consultancy, they do their private construction companies, Mechanical engineers, they go into factories, they also start their own businesses in manufacturing. Electrical, they work with these telecom companies. Mostly they go into those factories, that's where they work.
You are still watching the Education Forum show, and as you can see beside me, this is the Institute of Tourism and Hospitality, and we all know that tourism plays a key factor in the development of the country's agenda. It is why Kabale University introduced such innovations for students to create job opportunities using this institute.
Basically, the region where the university is located has 3 out of the 10 national parks within this area. And then it has some of the iconic tourism attractions, so it was prudent, the university found it prudent to establish this institute to develop the capacity and skill the workforce which is supposed to be running the tourism sector, in order to be relevant to the national development goals, as we are all aware that tourism has consistently been identified as one of the key development priority sectors. So the university found it prudent to make sure that it makes a contribution towards that national development goal. It has 5 departments, 3 teaching departments and 2 practical departments. One is the Department of Tourism Management. We have a Department of Hospitality Operations. We also have the Department of Travel Operations. Then the 2 departments that offer service, practical services and also services to the university are the Laboratories Unit, which also has different laboratories. Food Production Lab, where students learn the skills of producing food for the different clients. So they learn how to prepare different dishes according to the clients that the country receives. Then we have the accommodation lab. Then we also have the GIS laboratory, that's Geographical Information Systems Lab, which helps to equip students with the skills of being able to generate maps, but also to locate places. And we have the second practical department is the Field Tourism Training Station. At the moment, we have activities running, and we are negotiating with Uganda Wildlife Authority to have a physical facility in one of the protected areas where the students can go and learn the field-based aspects of tourism, such as tour guiding, driving, and the like. The programs under the teaching departments in the Department of Tourism Management, we have one program which is Tourism and Hospitality at 3 levels. So we have the Diploma in Tourism and Hospitality, which caters for the needs of those students who have attained certificates and they are in need of progressing to another level in their career. So we admit students who have obtained a certificate in tourism or any related field to enroll for the Diploma in Tourism and Hospitality. And those who have a diploma and those who have finished A-level can also join the bachelors in Tourism and Hospitality. First of all, during the training period, in their second year of study, they go for industry attachment. Each student, because it's one of the examinable areas, so it is the practical exam, so to speak. So they spend minimum 2 months, and sometimes, depending on the institution where they are attached, they spend 6 to 5 months. So once they finish their coursework, they are attached to a hotel or a tour company, or some go to the national parks and they do their internship there. We've had a number of students even retained after their internship placement.
As we still explore the university, there are many faculties that are held right here in this humongous university, Kabale University. And of course, the Faculty of Law is one of the most engaged in faculty in students from even far and away. The dean was able to mention some of the countries like Burundi, Rwanda, Congo, and Nigeria, and among others, that send students to come and engage in this Faculty of Law.
In the Faculty of Law, which is new, and we have received our first students. The pioneer students are currently in their first year, first semester. They are about 70 in number. We are introducing them to a unique blend of courses which are not common in any other law school, including but not limited to professional ethics and conduct, alternative dispute resolution, agricultural law, hospitality, tourism and hospitality law, regional integration law, among others. We use a blend of approaches, the traditional Socratic teaching method. We use practical, we also try to engage learner-centered approaches where students do presentations. We also offer practicals through moot sessions, and we also do practical visits to courts of law and community outreaches to be able to expose our students to the different aspects of the legal profession.
From one faculty to the other, we are now here at Kabale University School of Medicine, where excelling in practical skills and community service is a priority at the school. I interacted with the Dean, Professor James Tumwine, who elaborated more about the innovations that they have given doctors in order to provide opportunities and also promote healthcare in Uganda at large and also the community.
And I wanted to introduce you to our philosophy here. Our philosophy in the medical school is to give 3 things to our doctors. The first one is knowledge. The second one is skills. But every medical school does that. But for us, we want to excel. In addition to those two, we want to change the attitude. We want to have our doctors, nurses to have good attitude. And we are succeeding already. We have had several sets of graduates, and our people go out to do their internship. And every single hospital they went, we receive reports. Like Arua recently, our student was #1. Kitovu, Kirudu, Kisizi, I can mention so many. So we are very proud that even though our facilities are moderate, our products, well, I can't claim they are #1, but we strive to make them #1. You see, in our changing the attitude of our students, #1 is to believe in themselves and to believe in their country. We are not here to train doctors for other countries. We are training them to work here. And because we're in the rural area, one of our biggest programs is called the COBAS programs. In the first year, in the second year, and for medicine in the fourth year, we send them out in communities. Every recess term, that's for 8 weeks, they remain in the community and make what we call the community diagnosis. Understand together with the stakeholders what the health challenges are.
Well, moving forward to other faculties, we now got a chance to explore the Faculty of Education, where female education was highly emphasized by Francis Akena, the professor and dean of the education faculty. And he mentioned that over 2,000 students are engaged in this faculty, which he also said that it is one of the faculties that have the biggest number of students in Kabale University. Stick around.
We teach PhD and master, PhD in education, master in education, psychology and education administration and management. And then we have bachelor degrees, Bachelor of Arts with Education, Bachelor of Science with Education. We also have postgraduate diplomas in education. Our PhD program ran for 4 years. The master's program is a 2 years program. The bachelor's program, the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science with Education ran for 3 years. And we have school practice. That takes place twice, in the second year and the third year of the student life in the university. And then we also have the in-service program where we bring teachers who do not have degrees. We train them to become degree holders. So this is called Bachelor of Education Primary. We also have the Bachelor of Education Secondary. And then we have an upgrading program for the teachers who have certificate in education. So we give them diploma in education primary. So when they qualify, they upgrade and start studying Bachelor of Education Primary. Now, this is to help them meet the minimum requirement of the National Teacher Policy, which requires that by the year 2029, all teachers in Uganda, whether you teach primary school, secondary school, or nursery, must have a degree as a minimum qualification. So we have tailored our program to fit into the requirement of the National Teacher Policy. And as you're aware, right now Parliament is also debating the National Teachers Bill. Actually, we were, on the 1st of October, we were in Parliament contributing our ideas to the refining of the National Teachers Bill, which will help to ratify the National Teacher Policy. The Faculty of Education at Kabale University has made tremendous achievement in the community. First of all, our level of training is very vigorous and rigorous. We emphasize high professionalism and teacher discipline. So if you walk out to the school and find out, if you walk out to the school where our students are placed or where those who have graduated are employed, you find very good testimony coming out of Kabale University. And our students come from all over Uganda. And the faculty is the biggest in terms of student enrollment at Kabale University. I think out of a student population of about 6,600 at Kabale University, about 2,000 come from the Faculty of Education. education. So this is what we are so proud about, because the quality of our training attract teachers from both central Uganda, western Uganda, eastern and northern Uganda. And we also attract teachers or students from neighboring countries like Rwanda, Tanzania and Burundi. And that also speaks about the strategic location within the confluence of Rwanda, Burundi and Uganda. You see where we are located. We actually attract students from all this part of the country, all this part of the region. Now, in terms of our impact in the society, I'll pull one project that we have implemented recently. Kabale University won a grant from the government of Canada, from the Global Affairs Canada, under the Fund for Transformation, Fund for Innovation and Transformation, abbreviated as FIT. Under this, we wrote a project called Blended Learning Solution to promote gender equality in education.
There are 4 number of departments under the Faculty of Economics and Management Sciences, which include Business Studies, Management Sciences, Economics and Statistics, plus Procurement and Logistics, that were mentioned by the Dean during our interaction.
We have a number of programs, as you know. We have a number of programs which are close to 19 programs in our department, in our faculty. And among those programs, we have even the highest program, the PhD programs. We have 2 PhD programs, PhD in Business Administration by coursework and research. And also we have PhD in Business Administration by research only. Then our faculty is also impacted with establish more research centers that collaborate with the industry partners and addresses the real world challenges whereby we have different initiatives. Our graduates are highly sought after the various sectors, including finance, marketing, management, and entrepreneurship. We have successfully launched their own businesses, while others have been taken for to participate in other industries. For instance, our students, the various institutions around, normally come here to seek for the best students and award or give them offer jobs.
Throughout the whole PhD process, I have been taught how to write. I am very much interested in writing, and I have already been reminded, or I have already been told by my supervisors that I'm a good writer. I already have articles, and this is a requirement. As an academic, I am supposed to write. So I am already a researcher. I am already impacting on my community. It is one of my other mandates. I already have various engagement with my community because of the knowledge that, yes, I have contributed through my study, but also through this whole process of PhD work.
We are pioneers. I'm a pioneer of this program, and the structures, the preparedness were all superb that have made me to succeed to be awarded a PhD in business administration. I did a PhD, my thesis was on tax administration and revenue collection performance. What motivated me to pursue this area was persistent revenue shortfalls that were experienced in the region of Greater Mbarara for the past 6 years. And then when COVID came in, revenue shortfalls had to increase. So my study focused on factors affecting revenue shortfalls in those areas, the districts of Greater Mbarara, Uganda. And I believe that what I have, my research, what I have discovered, or what I have, my major contribution will be to ensure that I inform policy formulation so that the tax reforms, the tax amendments, and tax compliance aspects are effectively handled to ensure that at least those results that I obtained from the field are disseminated to the affected areas, to the affected taxpayers, the affected stakeholders, so that they can improve on tax compliance, they can improve on revenue collection performance, they can improve on revenue collection strategies and a self-assessment tax regime.
The agriculture sector is at the forefront of Ugandan's economy. It generates more revenue and creates employment opportunities. It is why the Faculty of Agriculture and Natural Resources at Kabale University emphasizes research and innovations.
In this faculty, we so far have 4 departments. We have a department of crop science and production. We have a department of agribusiness and natural resources economics. We have a department of animal husbandry and regional management, and then finally we have the department of environmental sciences. In terms of research, as you could guess from the departments, the department names, we research in various areas, but they're concerned with agricultural productivity, enhancing agricultural productivity, and also, environmental sciences. If we went down, if we, went into detail, this university is found in the highland, agroecological zone of Uganda. So our research interests are in highland enterprises. We also work on lowland enterprises, but the biggest focus is on highland.
Teaching, research and community mandate is why Kabale University is still existing over the years. We now take a look and visit the Faculty of Sciences.
So within this faculty, we are running both master's and undergraduate programs. So we have 4 MSc programs. There's a Master's of Science in Chemistry, Master of Science in Mathematics, the Master of Science in Physics, and we have 3 BSc programs. The 4 BSc programs, 3 actually. The Bachelor of Science in Industrial Chemistry, the BSc in Industrial and Applied Physics, and the BSc in Mathematics. We also service the Faculty of Education by teaching them the science-oriented subjects, for example, math, physics, biology, and chemistry. In this faculty, we also have what we call the Higher Education Bridging Certificate, called the HEC. That is a bridging program that helps to increase access to higher education by students who have failed to achieve the minimum entry to university. So it's a 1-year bridging program that is offered to the students. So the Faculty of Science houses this program. Then in addition, the new programs we introduced, for example, the BSc in Biotechnology imparts skills and knowledge to students who are going to be able to work in industries. For example, course units like tissue culture, molecular biology, they are applicable in areas of environmental waste management, in health. So they're able to improve our health facilities by coming up with the quick diagnostic tools that are going to help to improve the health sector. In terms of agriculture and food security, we can also apply this knowledge in the area of improved varieties of seeds that can withstand diseases and drought. So these are really applicable subjects that we are going to be imparting to the students. And this year, we are very privileged to have our first graduates in the MSc Mathematics program. We have 2 students graduating, the first of its kind from the faculty, and we are happy we are also contributing to the growth and development of Kabale University, because this year is a very good year, because it is like an iconic year. We also have the PhD programs that are going to be graduating from other faculties, but specific for Faculty of Science, we are going to have our pioneer MSc graduates. That's Master of Science in Mathematics. So pretty much that's what the Faculty of Science offers to the country.
When it comes to the Faculty of Social Sciences, it is made of 5 departments. I interacted with the Dean, who also talked about how the faculty is at the forefront of research and innovation. He also mentioned how social sciences is very relevant in the community and to government, and how students have managed to incorporate so many innovations and participate in many community work. Well, and of course, he also mentioned that countries are able to send other students, like from Denmark, Tanzania, and Congo, and also other students are able to engage in social sciences.
Our faculty is at the forefront of impactful research and innovation. Some of the key projects that we have, for example, we have a project on emergencies, state responses, and windows of corruption, investigating the relationship between the state actions and corruption in crisis situations. And we are doing this study in collaboration with the University of Sussex in the UK. Another study that we're involved in collaboration with the University of Aarhus in Denmark and Repoa in Tanzania, is entitled The Political Economy of Food Systems Governance Around Lake Victoria region. And we are addressing governance issues in regional food systems. We are also conducting studies on civil society and anti-corruption efforts. We're examining the role of civil society organizations in combating corruption. And lastly, but not the least, we are doing a study on sexual reproductive health and rights, researching key issues in public health and also on issues of rights. These are just some of the key studies we are doing, but there are many other studies in the different departments. But these are the key studies that we have between Kabale University and our sister institutions, especially in the foreign universities. In terms of innovation, the Department of Governance is hosting the East African Anti-Corruption Center. And this is the first of its kind dedicated to research and education on corruption in the region. And in the next few years, we will be having academic programs to do with that, especially to do like having a master in anti-corruption studies and ethics and short courses of that nature. The Department of Social Work is planning for a social lab. Social lab will be dedicated to developing culturally relevant poverty reduction programs, which will be the first of its kind. The Department of Culture and Heritage Studies is actually the first of its kind. There is no other university with the Department of Culture and Heritage Studies. It's it's a leading center of excellence for the study, preservation, and promotion of culture and heritage on local, regional, and international issues. And lastly, the Department of Psychology is in the process of establishing a psychology lab. I don't know whether you have ever heard it, but it will be focusing on interventions for treating issues of stress and anxiety, which are very common of late. So those are the kind of innovations that we have, and others are planned in the near future.
We also managed to visit the Culture and Heritage Studies. Well, the government highly urges people to always never abandon their background or history from wherever they come from. And of course, Kabale, lecturer and head of the department, elaborated more about how students are able to embrace their culture and also expose it to other fellow students, regardless of how different their backgrounds are.
We have seen culture dying, given the colonial kind of education, colonial education type of education that we have. We have seen cultures being eroded, and as such, we as Kabale University, we listen to the calls from the communities, because this is a community-based university, and we listen, we hear from the community, and we found that there was a need to have cultural studies or courses that are culture related and which could really feed into the community, especially the different technologies that were done in the indigenous way that were done. Also looking at how culture can lead to sustainable development. Some of those calls forced us to think twice and look back at our indigenous knowledge and how it had made some wonders before it was destroyed by the colonialists. Especially, we looked at the technology that was within the Chigezi region, that is iron technology, and looked at how indigenous people had the knowledge of extracting metals from the rocks. And we see these days people are using scrap to make metals, and this is something that we felt like should not go away. We should not go away with. And we were wondering, is there any way how we can use our indigenous knowledge, marry it with the new engineering courses, and see how we can develop our country instead of always having commodities coming from outside the country. We have our own. Make Uganda, buy Uganda, and build Uganda. That is what we were thinking about. And it's not until we know who we are culturally that we can be able to do that kind of knowledge, produce that kind of knowledge. And we always attract students from all backgrounds, be it engineering, be it geography, history. So it takes on everyone because it has some good modules that are very relevant on how to maintain our culture. That is cultural heritage studies and cultural resource management. We also have courses like sustainable development, culture and sustainable development, culture and food, culture and technology, and so many other courses that are really relevant for our university and for the country Uganda. So it is from that background that the Department of Culture was started.
Communication is the most sought skill that is highly recommended by students here in Kabale University. And apparently, life today, life changes. And we all notice that being linguistic is now something that is very crucial in the community. Well, students offering the language studies at Kabale University, and which has 4 programs, including the English department, French, journalism and mass communication, and African languages. And of course, it was also emphasized on mobilization of the local population to cater and mobilize more of the Kiswahili languages across the East African community.
And part of the activities we are undertaking, we are having a Kiswahili research project, codenamed Taking Kiswahili to the Informal Sectors. Our target is mobilizing the local population to embrace Kiswahili such that they can be proficient in the language and be able to tap into the opportunities accruing out of the East African Federation, especially those pertaining to the common market. We have the Runyashitara language, which is a local language, and language being a resource, basically the basic function of a language is to facilitate communication. But as an institute, we are carrying out a campaign of valorizing African languages, giving importance to African languages. And as we speak, the committee has been mobilized. Students have embraced the learning of Runyashitara. It is not surprising that currently in year 1, we have 85 students offering Runyashitara as a subject because they are aware of the opportunities accruing out of that subject. And as part of valorizing African languages, the Institute of Language Studies has initiated a journal called the African Journal of Language Studies, and the niche of that journal is enabling staff and students and other scholars to be able to publish in local languages. The aim is to demonstrate that knowledge can be generated and disseminated in our local languages. We don't need those foreign languages to be able to generate knowledge. So we are trying to make that point. With English language studies and French, we are facilitating the population to tap into the language as a resource to be able to communicate effectively. And it has been proven that communication is the soft skill which is most sought after in the 21st century. With journalism, the opportunities of studying that program are very many, and we are glad that that program has kick-started and embraced by a very big number of students. So basically, that's what we offer at the Institute of Language Studies and in pursuit of the university mandate, which is teaching, research, and community outreach.
Kabale University is seated on over 50 acres of land. And of course, for a student to move to another faculty or department, they take over 5 minutes. But we were able to visit the Faculty of Research and Grants, where the Dean exposed more about how students coordinate and harmonize all research and innovation activities, and it is carried out in so many ways. That is to promote excellent and effective research from the students.
The Directorate of Research and Grants was established to coordinate and harmonize all research and currently all innovation activities of the university. We do this through 4 main areas. The first one is about creating an environment where you can execute excellent research and create innovations. And we do this by developing policies. So for instance, we have a policy on research and innovations at the university. We have a policy on the research agenda. We have a policy on intellectual property rights. So those guide how research is conducted across the university. We also have structures that ensure that the research that is done here is of excellent quality. One of the ways we do that is through the Research Ethics Committee. This was set up 2-3 years ago, and its role is to make sure that the research we do does not create harm. So all proposals from postgraduate students, from staff, from even people outside the university, go through our Research Ethics Committee to check whether they do harm. The Ethics Committee, in addition, participates in monitoring whether what is written on paper is actually delivered on the ground. Then we also have the Kabale University Analytical Research Laboratory. Actually, that's where we are seated right now. This lab was established to support research at a higher level. This is not a teaching facility. This is a research facility. And it helps people who are working on pharmaceuticals, environmental pollution, and all those who need to understand what compounds are constituted in their research. So that's one side of what we do. The second side is mobilizing money so that research can happen. And we do this in 2 main ways. First, we run the funding that comes from the government to support research and innovations. Every other government provides a little bit of funding. We manage those funds, to make sure that they go to proposals that make the best impact when it comes to solving people's problems. But we don't only do that. We also build capacity through these grants to make sure that junior staff get to know how research is done and they get to publish their results. So that's one side of the internal grants. We also mobilize money from international sources.
We also took time to visit the Faculty of Computing, Library and Information Science. And of course, technology is now a day-to-day life activity, and we noticed that so many people in the community are now used to getting information and highly depending on it compared than the old days. And of course, here at Kabale University, the Faculty of Computing, Library and Information Science has 3 departments that include computer science, information technology, and library and information science. And of course, the Professor Felix Businge also talked about how students are so much involved in the innovation hub, where they're able to create minds and create bigger ideas that help mentorship, that help in mentoring, educating, and also accessing more resources outside the university.
Under these departments, we teach bachelor's, diploma, and master's courses. For Department of Computer Science, we have Diploma in Computer Science, Bachelor of Computer Science, and Masters of Computer Science. In the Department of Information Technology, we have Bachelors of Information Technology, Masters of Information Technology, and Diploma in Information Technology. While in the Department of Library and Information Science, we have Diploma in Records and Management, Diploma in Library and Information Science, Bachelor of Library and Information Science, Bachelor of Records Management, and Masters of Information Science. Our students have already contributed a lot. Currently, they have innovations which are addressing the societal needs. They have come up with innovations, for example, detecting Irish disease. They have come up with the mapping of the places, like in this Kigezi region, they have mapped the different services which are provided. And these students, they have come up with innovations which have helped them to go even beyond the country, to represent the country. We have had students who have gone to Dubai under AI competition. We have had students who have gone to Jamaica under the Youth Mappers. We have had students going to Nigeria, Ghana under the Indabucks. We have had students going to Rwanda under the Youth Connect, funded by UNDP. So our students have achieved a lot, and they are coming up with solutions which are addressing the societal needs. Okay, this is the Regional ICT Innovation Hub, which was established by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. It is one of the 3 regional innovation hubs, one which is in Soroti University, another in Muni University, and the one for Western Uganda, Kabale University. It serves the entire region of Kigezi. The ministry launched this innovation hub on 1st June 2023 with the aim of bridging the gap, the digital gap in the region. The main purpose of establishing this regional innovation hub was to provide space to our innovators, provide them personnel for mentors, and help them in obtaining intellectual property right, and also help them their innovation to reach commercialization.
Postgraduate studies play a major role in ranking and image building of any university. And of course, Kabale University is not exceptional. That is why when we spoke to the Professor Asabit Makara, the Chief of Directorate Postgraduate Training, who took us through the postgraduate training at the university.
Many people out there who hear about Kabale, some of them don't understand the capacity of Kabale University. This is one of the young universities with the largest number of professors in this country. If you take away Makerere, I don't think you can find the bulk of professors we have here in this university. And the PhD professors at this, lecturers at this university, which has given us the impetus to be able to launch a number of postgraduate programs. Because if you don't have people who are the level of professor or people at the level of PhDs, you cannot be able to launch postgraduate programs like we have done here at Kabale University. I can tell you that we have over 40 40 graduate programs at this young university. It is amazing. The few days I've been here, like half a month, I have read through the prospectus of most of the programs, and I'm awed. I think I'm really surprised that this university has such a large number of postgraduate programs in medicine, in engineering, in social sciences, in humanities generally, in sciences, in agriculture, environment. We are on an irreversible trend in this university. One person would say, but that university has a number of older professors than maybe some other universities. Yes, most of the professors might be maybe 50 and above, but that's not a disadvantage actually. We are mentoring upcoming lecturers and senior lecturers so that when we are out, they have already built capacity. And at the graduate school here where I'm seated, we don't have a unit for teaching. Teaching takes place in the faculties. Each faculty has its own professors, its own lecturers, most of them with PhDs who are teaching down there. But we have a shared vision. The shared vision of this university, which we share as a graduate school with other faculties, is that we are working for Kabaale's excellence, Kabaale University excellence, because we are looking at a situation where we shall be one of the best universities in this country. It cannot take us 10 years from now to be one of the top universities in the country. Already, I think some of the rankings are already putting us at 5, at 7, like that. Every other year, we have not fallen below 7, which means the university is on a forward move to become one of the best. But particularly, let me speak for the graduate programs. The programs, 40 of them which I have mentioned, are all accredited by the National Council for Higher Education. We don't have these programs which are just in the offing or that kind of thing. We can never launch a program here which is not accredited by the National Council for Higher Education. The National Council for Higher Education is a frequent visitor here at Kabaale University because we are launching academic programs every other day. And people will say, saying, how are you making it? We are making it because we have a team of dedicated and committed staff in these faculties who are really making things happen.
I hope you've heard it loud and clear, and now you well know why Kabaale University is termed as a university without walls. See you next time. I remain Jamil Nachiranda. Bye-bye.